10 phrases I used to learn English. Hey there, English learners. When I started learning English, I didn't feel fluent. I felt stuck. I had the vocabulary, I studied the grammar, but conversation still scared me. Why? Because fluency isn't just about knowing words. It's about knowing how to use them in real-life situations. These 10 simple but powerful phrases helped me break that wall. I used them every day. They gave me confidence, started conversations, and helped me learn while speaking. Today, I want to share them with you, along with real examples that show exactly how they helped. 1. Can you say that again, please? This polite and practical phrase is essential. You'll hear things you don't catch the first time. Accents, speed, background noise. Don't pretend to understand. Ask. People will respect you for it. Why it works. It shows you're engaged and eager to understand, not just passively listening. Example. Your coworker says something fast in a meeting. We'll sync the timelines after the retro. You pause and say, Sorry, can you say that again, please? I didn't catch the last part. Now you've created a learning moment and avoided miscommunication. 2. What does that mean? You're going to hear words and idioms that make zero sense at first. Instead of guessing or Googling later, ask right there. This is how you learn in context. Why it works. It shows you're curious, learning actively, and participating in the moment. Enhanced example. A friend says, he totally ghosted her. You respond, wait, what does that mean? Ghosted. They'll explain. It means he stopped replying and disappeared. Boom, new word learned. 3. How do you say in English? Use this when you know the word in your native language, but not in English. This phrase lets you keep the conversation going while learning a new word. Why it works. It turns gaps in your knowledge into real-time learning moments. Example. You're cooking with a friend and forget the English word for pan. You ask, how do you say, the thing you fry eggs in? They say, a frying pan. Now you've learned it in context, and you'll remember it next time. 4. I'm still learning. Can you speak a little slower? You'll hear fast talkers. Don't panic. This phrase is the best way to ask for help, respectfully and confidently. Why it works. It tells people that you're not fluent yet, but you're serious about learning. Example. At a party, someone speaks rapidly. So we hit the pub, grabbed some grub, and crashed at Mark's. You smile and say, Sorry, I'm still learning. Could you speak a little slower? They'll usually laugh and slow down. Connection saved. 5. Let me try to explain. Even if you don't have perfect grammar, this phrase buys you time to express yourself. It's great for storytelling or when sharing feelings or opinions. Why it works. It gives you a safe space to try and speak without pressure. Example. You're talking about homesickness and say, Let me try to explain. It's like, even though I'm here, part of me misses my family every day. You didn't need perfect grammar. You spoke your truth, and that's fluency. 6. Can you give me an example? Some words or concepts are hard to understand in definition alone. Examples make meaning real. Why it works. You learn faster when you hear the word in action. Example. Your teacher says, This word is abstract. You ask, Can you give me an example of something abstract? She says, Love or freedom, things you can feel but not touch. Now you get it. 7. Did I say that right? This phrase is gold for improvement. Use it after trying something new or tricky. It invites correction gently. Why it works. It gives you feedback without fear. You ask for help and get better. Example, you're practicing past tense. So I go to the park. Did I say that right? Your friend replies, almost. It's went to the park. Lesson learned. Without shame. 8. What's the difference between so many English words look or sound similar, but don't mean the same thing? This phrase clears confusion and sharpens your vocabulary. Why it works. It deepens your understanding beyond memorization. Example, you hear, I'm bored versus I'm boring. You ask, what's the difference between bored and boring? Answer, bored is how you feel. Boring is how something makes you feel. A hey moment. 9. I don't know how to say it, but this phrase helps you keep speaking even if you don't know the exact word. It lets you describe, guess, or gesture and still communicate. Why it works. It removes fear and keeps the conversation going. Example, you're trying to describe anxiety. I don't know how to say it, but it's like your heart is racing and your mind is full. Your listener gets it. You expressed a complex idea without a perfect word. 10. Let me check and get back to you. You don't need to know everything. This phrase lets you pause, learn, and return with the right answer, confidently. Why it works. It's professional, responsible, and gives you learning space. Example, your classmate asks, do we need to use past perfect here? I want to tell you about Imani, a friend of mine from Kenya. When she first arrived at her English-speaking university, she felt completely overwhelmed. The accents were fast, the slang was unfamiliar, and conversations moved at lightning speed. She understood some things, but when it came to speaking, she froze. She once told me, it felt like everyone was running, and I was still tying my shoes. But instead of giving up, she made a simple but powerful decision. Use just one phrase from her practice list every day. She started with the phrase, I'm still learning. Can you speak a little slower? The first time she used it, she was nervous. Her hands were shaking. But to her surprise, the other person smiled and said, oh, sure, no problem, and instantly slowed down. That moment changed everything. People didn't laugh at her. They didn't judge her. They helped her. That small phrase gave her space to breathe and permission to learn out loud. She began using more phrases, asking questions, starting conversations. Fast forward 3 months. She wasn't just understanding conversations, she was leading them. She was raising her hand in lectures, joining group debates, and even helping other students with their English. All because she had the courage to speak one sentence out loud. I'm still learning. Can you speak a little slower? Sometimes fluency doesn't start with perfect grammar. Sometimes it starts with just one brave phrase. You say, I'm not 100% sure. Let me check and get back to you. Later, you ask a teacher or check online and share the answer. You just leveled up. Let's be real. Fluency doesn't come from memorizing hundreds of words. It comes from using a few phrases really well. These 10 phrases are your keys to starting conversations, asking questions, learning naturally, expressing yourself clearly. So here's your action plan. Choose 2 to 3 phrases and say them out loud today. Use one of them in real conversation this week. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for connection. Every time you ask, try, or explain, you grow. And fluency? It's not far away. You're not just learning English. You're speaking it. You're owning it. You've already started.